I was just going to say, this is like one big therapy session. Everybody's talking about how her songs were the therapy for
So,
their...
Dale, how has Aurora helped you?
Hi guys, this is Dale Vandersand, real vocal coach, and
Dr. Disney, nice to meet you.
here to explore the concert that you have been asking about for months now. The live concert by Aurora in Haik. Before Haik.
Jag vet inte.
Me either.
Hello!
Hello. Anyway, we're very excited to hear this entire concert, this album of hers. I don't even know what's on the list.
Neither do I. She was a voice from Frozen, hence Dr. Disney. She was the voice of the siren in Frozen 2, and then she came up with her own version of Into the Unknown. A lot of people said for me to react to it. I listened to it. Her voice is so angelic, and then I told Dale, who's my real-life vocal coach, and we both instantly fell in love with her, and we've been doing a bunch of reactions to her on the channel, and we wanted to come together to do a big video for you all. This is going to be a split-up video, a collaboration, where we're going to do the first half on Dale's channel, and then the second half on my channel. So I'm excited to watch it.
Oh, absolutely. I just love her expression. The way, vocally, her expression is, of course, enticing. She has a beautiful voice, and it kind of rides above and pierces through the room, and kind of pierces through and kind of hits you right in the heart. I just love her lyrics as well.
That's what I was going to say. I feel that she word paints, but not just word paints. Like, even if you just took the lyrics themselves, she's always using nature and like water and rain and sun and universe and all these different things that you don't get in pop music. It's always like love and party and all these like generic terms, and she's like, the soul is like a porcupine stabbing your vein, and you're like, okay, let's go with this, and it makes you really think.
You have to wonder too, she lives in, I think it's central western Norway. Norway, first of all, is one of the most beautiful places you could imagine. I've not been, but I've looked at Norway just because I think way back when my family might be Norwegian, but I haven't yet connected those dots.
You are related to Elsa.
Maybe to Aurora, and that would be even more exciting. I could just imagine her sitting there at the fjords, looking out.
So we're both big Aurora fans. Here's the Haik concert that you all have been asking for.
From 2019.
And we hope you all enjoy. And if you enjoy this, please write down below. We love to engage with you all in the discussions. We don't call them the comments, we call them the discussions on the forum, because we want to get to know you all and hear what your thoughts are. And if you have anything else you'd like us to react to, review, watch, we also do live streams on my channel. We just did a Newsies reaction to the musical, but we can also do...
Which is why we're dressed this way.
Yeah, exactly, that's why.
Like this concert, everybody has remarked that this one is extraordinary, so we're looking forward to seeing why everybody is so gaga about it. Let's get on.
Enough talking, let's jump straight into it!
Haik concert. Oss.
Aurora.
Hold your hands up to your chest and tell me what you find.
Hold your hands up to your chest. My heart.
Out of you, a sparrow comes and sees without its eyes.
Wow.
Not forget who you are, even though you are hurt.
What a line.
Yeah, it's a wonderful line that's very poetic. But don't forget who you are, even though you are hurt.
You already got that off the one time hearing it?
Well, kind of.
Okay.
Not all the end of it, but just the ease she has going up into that part of her voice. I mean, it's not the highest, but she has a nice little ring to it. Reminds me of the... Have you ever heard the... This is going to sound funny, but...
What?
The cow herding songs of northern Norway.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sure you've heard them.
What? I've never heard those words together.
High-pitched...
Cows?
They call the cows home.
Oh, I showed you this in a Frozen video. I showed you it.
Well, have you I heard it before
the
that.
shepherdesses.
Yeah.
Like yodel or like high ring.
High pitch, yeah,
What
exactly.
is it called?
Well,
Klurring. Kerning.
Good, yeah, see, like in Swedish it's like that. I don't know if it becomes part of their vocal training or
Or
whether it's just they hear it enough, it's natural.
So forget who you are, even though you are hurt. I think we're done.
Well, okay, lyrically, this is even more impressive.
Put your hand on your heart, tell me what you find. And she's like smiling and like playing with her hair, and she's
the melody's beautiful.
You are caught in wire and soon it will burst. You can cry,
I love her multiple vocals.
drinking your eyes. Do you miss the sadness when it's gone? Can you let the river run wild? Can
Do
you
you-
let the river
Do you miss the sadness when it's gone?
I am a shadow, I am cold, and now I seek for warmth.
These words are wonderful.
What do whoever misses the sadness when it's gone? It's usually, do you miss being happy or do you miss the positive? And this is like, no, do you miss that emotion that most people don't pay attention to or want to abandon?
Yeah.
Wow. It really gets you thinking.
I know. It's just, she goes deep. She really understands the landscape of her inner soul, and this is what comes out. It surprises you. We're 3 sentences into the song.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked
And already we're blown away. So, great suggestion, everyone.
And
This
it's
is so
also-
far beautiful.
It's kind of, it has an odd paradigm to it that she is cheerful talking about such sharp, deep emotional things. You know, you'd think she'd be a pop singer or like Disney Channel. And she's like, oh, you're crying in your soul because you're sad. And you're like, I guess I am sad.
I guess I'm so sad I'll dance now.
I'll dance. I feel great. But that's great. It's like, it
that's how I
redefines
felt-
the emotion.
That's how I felt about Dancing on the Moon. That was another song that I reacted to, where I read the lyrics first and I thought it was going to be melancholy, and then it was more about the dance part of it and being so happy to be isolated, just her and the moon. So
She's great.
yeah, it's wonderful.
We're going to
And
have so much footage.
I know it's good. This is going to be an hour and a half, everyone.
Stitch your skin onto my skin, and we won't be alone. Not against you are even though you're in need.
Wow. Even though you're in need.
Get by the night, your emotions deserve to be free. You can cry,
Cry. Let's dance and cry.
drink in your eyes. Do you miss the sadness when it's gone?
Why do they all have earbuds?
Can you let the river run wild?
Yeah, she's so expressive physically.
Run wild. You can cry, drink in your eyes. I don't miss the sadness when it's
Oh, the answer. She doesn't usually give an answer in her music. It's usually just up to the person. This is, I guess, her expression of herself in the song. Usually it leaves it up to the interpreter. She's like, I don't miss it anymore. Usually she doesn't give us the answer.
the feeling of it makes me smile. As I let the river run wild. You can cry, you can
I love that line.
so where the ocean is big, become a part of the river. You can cry, you can cry, you can cry.
You can cry.
Let the river run wild. You can cry, drink in your eyes. Do you miss the sadness when it's gone?
That woman's great too.
Makes us smile.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
That's a great shot.
yeah,
Where-
yeah, that's really beautiful. I'm just loving the scenery. Scenery seems to be really important in her videos, but it's a natural scenery. Here we have, I mean, here it's nature. We're in the forest. But other times when she's using a cathedral or something like that, she's using just what exists. She's not really creating things. Even with Exists for Love, she's in a theater. Okay, she created the oyster and referred to Venus and all that, which is brilliant and maybe a little tongue-in-cheek. But, and, you know, of course, during COVID times, what do? You have to create your own.
Right.
But here, she's just, well, it takes me back to one of my favorite places I've ever been to in the world is Gotland, which is an island in the middle of the Baltic, which belongs to Sweden now. And for many years, but it had changed hands over the centuries. And there's forests there that used to be partly underwater. So the rocks and it makes for a really incredible vegetation and the rock formations. It's just stunning, otherworldly. And the moss on the trees here, the greenery, it just reminds me of how the Scandinavians just love their nature and home. And I wish we had
more respect
here in this country for that. But I mean, it's part of why I think I connect with her and how she connects with the words and the music of her own land. It's just part of who she is from day one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the feeling of it makes me smile. It makes you smile.
Yeah,
it makes me smile.
It's very happy.
Let's all smile.
I think, I wanted to comment. I think she's saying you can cry. I'll say it at the end.
Can you let the river run wild? Can you let the river run wild?
Yay. Wow, it's interesting, but hold on what you're going to say.
Yeah.
So we have the whole water element, the river, but the river becomes the tears. Let the river run wild. Cry. Let the cry happen.
That's good.
But rivers dance, and it's a dance song. You know, you can cry, dancing. The imagery kind of dovetails.
And exactly what I was gonna focus on, the you can cry. I think it's more of a when people hear, I think they're gonna hear you can cry, like go ahead and cry. But I think it's more of the you can. It's your ownership. It's freeing to cry and just let it out. You can cry,
and then afterward you'll dance.
Yeah. It's great.
Instead of holding it in.
And even the ending. And let the river run wild. Let it, like it unlocks it.
Well, a lot of my commenters have said how she comes alive in the live performance. You know, the studio work that we've looked at, of course, is wonderful. And the engineering is always great. But you can see how she feeds, the audience feeds back into her and vice versa. She just does come alive. And look at the way she was dancing, and the smile was her smile. Everything's so genuine. That's what I take to her.
Big fan. I really want to know what the earplugs are for. Is it feeding into them?
Velkommen hit I skogen til konsert med hun dere setter aller mest pris på, Aurora.
Oh, Aurora.
Aurora.
Foran deg står foreldrene dine, bandet ditt og fansen din. Hva tenker du?
Hallo. Oi.
She's so shy.
Oi, så rart.
Shy.
Tror du ikke vi skulle hit? Hvor lenge har dere stått her? Så fint. Hei. Hei. Det var veldig magisk.
Magisk.
Så bra.
She just,
Rannerne dine, så.
and then she's speechless.
Dere, vi her for å feire Aurora. Og I løpet av dagen så har vi blitt ganske godt kjent. Og hun har fortalt meg mange ganger I dag at hun har et større prosjekt med musikken enn bare musikken. Hun vil jo bruke musikken til at vi alle skal få det bedre. Og Mari, hvordan har du det akkurat nå?
Jeg føler veldig mye. Jeg føler så mye akkurat nå. Og
Wonderful language.
det sprenger inni meg, egentlig. Så veldig magisk.
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 Nå skal vi straks til en låt som betydde mye for deg.
Ja, Infections of a Different Kind. Og når jeg hørte den første gang, så var det bare som et veldig stort speil for at jeg fikk lov til å slippe alt fri. Og at jeg kjente at, åja, det bare jeg som kan slippe det fri, og jeg får lov.
Men du, Silje, du er ikke helt fremmed for denne sangen der du heller?
Nei, det er ikke.
Fortell.
Når du da kom ut med albumet ditt, hørte gjennom hele albumet, det ga meg så mye håp og så mye, bare en motivasjon til å gå videre, at dette klarer jeg, og at jeg er nok, uansett hva som skjer. Så det har jeg tatt med meg lenger ut i livet.
She's so young.
Takk. Og dere er så snille. Dere er så gode. Jeg tror virkelig at det er så mye håp for oss mennesker, for å klare det vi vil, og for å gjøre ting som er mye, mye, mye større enn oss selv.
Oh, look how gorgeous that is.
It's a feeling growing all with time, like a restless in the leaves coming down. The world is a whole and we all seem to fall and down and down. And the universe is growing tall, and we are caving into dreams of this space. Unfolding our arms cannot do any harm. Violent contractions. And if there is a God, would we even know his name? And if there is a God, I think he would shake his head and turn away. So belong to us all. Be God in the shape of a girl who walks this world. And I beg to be drained from the pain I have sowed myself in, so I can stay okay and more than okay for a while, for a while, for a while. Infections of a different kind. The world has been attacked by our pain. If I am the world, then why would I hurt all that is living? And if there is a God, would he then believe in us?
This one.
No, if there is a God,
Nice.
I don't think he can hear all of us. And love belongs to us all. Be God in the shape of a girl who walks this world. And I beg to be
I love this line that's coming up.
from the
The
pain
pain
Yeah.
I've
soaked
soaked
myself
myself
in.
so I can stay
Okay.
okay and more than okay for a while, just for a while. This is the breath. We are the breath.
You couldn't even interrupt that song.
I know, I know.
My goodness. What do you say?
Uh,
I have lots to say, actually. First of all, what do you think I'm going to say after those last two lines?
you don't need high notes.
No.
We are the breath.
Yeah.
I mean, everything you teach me is about breath and breathing, but I don't know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, it's about that. It's a vocal coach talking about the breath. The voice is the breath, and the breath is the voice. That is the mantra that my teacher, my mentor, had instilled in us in our studio. Really, the voice is the breath. The breath is life. And singing is life. So as far as singing goes, breathing is, and finding the breath and managing your breath in the most efficient way will take you very far, technically. But watching her in this, she's very smooth in her transitions in her voice, up to using her head voice and then going down to her chest. And I don't know about her study. I haven't read about what she's done.
How she trained.
How she trained and how she prepared her voice. She's very natural, and I would think that she didn't probably train extensively, at least not in a classical way. But she does know how to negotiate her voice.
It's a good word.
And she sings in a folk way. Now, that also, I love folk singers because they don't pay attention to the voice as the most important thing first. The words, the meaning, the message, those things carry through no matter what their voice or
You said
technique.
they don't pay attention to what first?
They don't prioritize
The
the voice, the sound of the voice, the technique of the voice. They don't do that first. It's the words, especially if they're a singer-songwriter. It's the words, like when she is. And so you're living what you're saying. The other thing my teacher would teach me all the time is that change your verb. That was her words. Change what your intention is. Change what you're trying to say. If you're having some technical trouble reaching a higher note or negotiating certain consonant combinations or something, find a different meaning for what you're saying, and then the voice will respond. The voice is a reflex instrument, so it's going to respond to you in the different way, and that also enters into interpretation. She's not putting anything on here. She's speaking her words. She's not trying to think of dynamics. She's not trying to think of, well, the music here says, well, she created it, but even so, if she took another song like Show Yourself, she's not going to say, well, the composer wants forte here or piano here, the different dynamic variations. She's not going to look at that first. She'll see it's there.
But she'll look at the words.
And she'll look at the words and try to find her own, or try to find out why.
Which is what she did with Into the Unknown, it seems like.
I would imagine.
You didn't hear Into the Unknown?
I didn't hear her version.
Oh, really?
Not yet.
You should.
I have a lot of shoulds right now.
Yeah. Again, we both were speechless watching it, and you feel like you're catching up to her in this song. And I want to listen to it again, but the main part that I have, I want to do a deep dive into is that bridge part where there was no words and she was just vocalizing. And it sounded like she was communicating something, or she was saying something, and I was like waiting for a lyric line to come up, and nothing was coming up, and I just, for like a solid 30 seconds, 40 seconds, she just, and I was like, what does this have to do with what came before that? And then she ends it with, we are the breath, and I'm like, okay, so that was important.
Yeah.
What was happening in this little section?
Yeah.
But I
she's letting the breath carry her emotions wordlessly, without words having to be the message.
And also just the concept of God in a song where maybe he's not listening to us because of, or maybe he doesn't believe in us because of the pain that we cause each other and the pain that we've soaked our. Oh, I love that line. That we've soaked ourselves. Like,
there's a sense of ownership.
Yes, exactly.
In the message.
Yeah.
We own our pain. But there was one line that went back. I was waiting for it to come back. That went after that. The first time or the second time she said, being soaked in our pain. Sort of that we cause the pain. There's something about we cause the pain in the world. Or like the troubles of the world are because of the pain we have caused ourselves or our pain. Again, I feel she's talking about own your
mistakes,
pain, own your mistakes, reconcile them, come to be godlike and walk in the world, no matter what your shape, male, female. God is a female, that goes back to God as a woman. And
from Ariana.
Yeah, and I think she covered it as well, right? And it's, I know her messages are very powerful for women as well, but it also just shows that our traditional concepts are not necessarily holding, that there's a lot more to our spirituality, and in this setting of nature, it's more powerful to me.
And just again back to the whole traditional thing. Traditionally, God is the most powerful, and traditionally, a girl is the least powerful. It's man, boy, woman, girl, or maybe man, woman, boy, girl. But the girl is like the most defenseless traditionally, and like the weakest and part of society. But it's like God in the shape of a girl, and you're just like, wow, you are right. We all have that in us.
God encompasses all encompass God. You wouldn't leave anyone out.
Right. She's so good.
I know. It's just so much.
It's like a full, exactly. It's like a full meal. Just worth into one song.
And you're not bloated afterwards.
What's up, you? Have you ever wanted to be featured on YouTube? Of course you have. Here's your opportunity to do so. In honor of the holiday season coming up, Christmas and everything under the sun, we want to unite our globe since we realize our channel has reaches everywhere and do something called the Pass the Candy Cane Challenge. The more people you tell about it, the better it will be, because this will be a donation video and all the proceeds will go to a charity. All you do is accept the candy cane from one side of your screen and pass it to the other, ideally left to right. You can have as many people in the video as you want. Make sure it's 5 to 7 seconds. Have fun. Be dressed however you want. Just be whimsical. Be sure to share this video with other people. Get your video in. All the information is down below in the prescription box. This is Dr. Disney, so of course I'm going to make that joke. And make sure you submit them. Make sure you get them in now. You can record it on a phone. Horizontal, one last time. All the information is down below, but just the main thing, make sure it's horizontal. Please pass the candy cane across the entire world in honor of being united through 2020 as a year that will go down in history. So let us end it right and positive with a little sweet gesture. Oh, bye! Wear your mask. Nice. Bye. I remember when they first invented chocolate.
Hvordan har du det med å være her i dag?
Det er litt uvirkelig, men veldig fint.
Hva er forholdet ditt til Aurora?
For et par år siden så møtte jeg veggen, og det var veldig tungt. Og så hørte jeg på radioen en som het Aurora. Jeg visste ikke hvem det var. Som spilte Runaway. Og når jeg hørte den teksten, når du synger Take me back home, I can't take this anymore. Det hjalp meg veldig. Det ble veldig sterkt. Og veldig trist og fint samtidig. Og det ble en sånn påminnelse om å ta tak i sitt eget liv igjen da. Så den hører jeg på enda som en sånn konstant påminnelse om at man kan alltid komme hjem. Og det er fint.
That's a great line that they had like they were saying that they felt a clash, not a clash, simultaneous emotions, nice and sad at the same time. And she does that. There's like a duality
always
of the palette of emotion that you're feeling from a song. It's not just, oh, it's a dance song. It's
good poetry does that anyway. There's always a duality. There's always two things fighting against each other.
I wonder if she would consider herself a songwriter or a poet, or both.
Oh, I don't know. I probably would think songwriter. I mean, there's not much difference really. Poetry started out lyrically.
What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say, this is like one big therapy session. Everybody's talking about how her songs were the therapy for
So,
their...
Dale, how has Aurora helped you?
Exactly. And, well, after hearing that last song, I mean, I feel cleansed. So, and all these people certainly have memories. But I wonder, it almost seems like they brought all these people as if they had... There's not a lot of people as you look at this far...
Do you have a story about Aurora?
Yeah,
Come
you have
today.
a story about Aurora, and did she help you, get you out of trouble? Yeah, come to this concert. It's interesting. We'll see.
What does the word hike mean?
I think that's the place.
Oh,
Yeah. That I asked you.
I said,
"Het voor er hike."
and I said, "Ja, vet ikke."
Very good.
Is that right?
That is right. Wait, I also wanted to say,
Okay.
it's interesting too that all her songs are in English. Now, of course,
I was gonna say that earlier.
the rest of the world speaks English, whereas Americans don't really learn languages that fluently. I haven't heard a Norwegian song of hers.
Mhm.
I would love to.
Mhm.
And everybody's speaking in Norwegian. You know,
That sounds beautiful.
it's a beautiful language. I'm loving it. It has a particular lilt. I know
A lilt?
a lilt. Da, 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 da.
Right. Yes.
It has a bounce to it. Bum, 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 bum. I have very, very good friends in Sweden. I've been there a few times, and I love the sound of Swedish too. It's slightly softer, but this one has such rhythm to it. It's musical. Anyway, let's listen.
Runaway. This was, I think, one of the biggest ones that people told me to check out. Also, her outfit. How have we not said anything?
I was listening to the ocean. I saw a face in the sand. But when I picked it up, then it vanished away from my hand. I had a dream I was 7, climbing my way in a tree. I saw a piece of heaven waiting in patience for me.
Impatient or impatient?
And I was
Waiting
wondering
impatient for me.
why would I run off the world someday? Nobody knows, nobody knows. And I was dancing in the rain. I felt alive and I can't complain. No, take me home where I belong. I can't take it anymore. I was painting a picture. The picture was a painting of you. And for a moment I thought you were here, but then again it wasn't true.
I love that.
I love her, how intense she is.
I've been putting sorrow on the forest place on my shelf. Da-dee-da. And I was running far away. Would I run off the world someday? Nobody knows, nobody knows. And I was dancing in the rain. I felt alive and I can't complain. No, take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. No, take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. No, take me home where I belong. I can't take it anymore. But I kept running for a soft place to fall. And I kept running for a soft place to fall. And I kept running for a soft place to fall. And I
Fall.
kept running
Knuckles up.
for a soft place to fall. And I was running far away. Would I run off the world someday? Oh, take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. Oh, take me home where I belong. Take it anymore.
Oh, she shook it off.
Yeah.
She shook it off. Did she resolve the song?
In what way?
I won't be able to reproduce it, so we're just gonna go back.
I can take it anymore.
Doesn't resolve.
Yeah, your ear resolves it. So
But
she
she doesn't.
She ends on
But it would
and the music but to resolve it you go
but she didn't resolve it.
no, but the music would go resolve bum bum bum, and she's on and the instruments go so there's this interval of a second, which has a lot of tension, but it also allows you to finish it in your own mind.
Or keep thinking about it. Well, I've heard this song before, so you talk.
It seems to me this one walks the line of being a popular song and being very broad in its scope, in what it messages, and I'm sure there's some sort of personal background story to it, but I think a lot of people can relate to the runaway or feeling like you don't belong somewhere, or no matter how far you run away, there's nowhere to go. So home is the only place you really can find peace. Yes, Peter in the back.
Hi, thank you all for tuning in. I had a quick question for the professor, Dale. I was just wondering. It's more of a comment. I hated that in college where people would say I have a question and it just turns out to be a comment. It's like you're offering nothing. But as I'm about to do right now, I don't lose your thought as I say this, but I'm noticing it's so interesting that she titles songs something other than the repeated phrase. Runaway was said once or twice. Infections of a Different Kind was said once in the entire song. Take Me Home. You'd think this would be called Take Me Home because she said it literally 300 times. And I'm not even joking. It's like repeated so many times that she comes back from the bridge and just does it again and again and again. But she doesn't name it that. Infections of a Different Kind was God in the shape of a girl. God and all these things, and she chooses to call it Infections of a Different Kind. It's just interesting.
Infections were the pain, and
there's so many other themes in the title.
Yeah,
but I guess the title is like the gravity point.
The distillation. Infections of a Different Kind distills all the ills in the world. In this one, Runaway is really what it's about. It's sort of like
you're only going home because you were a runaway. Take me home.
Or the feeling of needing to run away, but to where? I'm reminded of something I heard recently in a movie or a quote that maybe it was on the radio. If you're running away, you'll know. Oh, this was in Newsies. That's right.
I heard it on the radio.
How are we dressed? What was it now? If you're,
you can.
Yeah, she says to Jack, "I hope you have somewhere to go."
Because you're not just running away.
Because if that place doesn't work out, then you can always find somewhere else.
But if you're running away,
then there's nowhere to go. You can only come home.
Yeah. Also, once you just said that previous comment, it makes me think, is she saying that she is running away, take me home to a new place, or is she a runaway saying, take me home?
Yes.
Okay.
It appeals broadly. I like more of the quirkiness of the lyrics that seem to be contradictory or have a lot more depth to explore. Not that I didn't like the song, of course I did, but give me the Infections of a Different Kind song every day.
Nice. Next. Let's record.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Free microphone boost.
Microphone boost at 10 decibels extra. Okay, so now it's a little higher.
A little higher now that I don't know what we did to it. We boosted it. We busted it. Hey, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
We're going to talk about Aurora today.
Talk about Aurora.
Are we even?
She has blonde hair. In fact, there's more people here in New York City where we are.
Than all of Norway?
Than in all of Norway.
Hey Siri, how many people are in Norway?
The population of Norway is 5,432,000.
Exactly.
5 million?
Exactly.
That's it?
Yes, and when all the commuters in New York City leave Manhattan, leave the city, we're 8 million something people.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
we're bigger than Norway by 3 million people.
Just the city. We're 16 million people during a workday.
Yikes. That's why we really shut down for coronavirus.
Yeah, for sure.
That burns with the need to know the reason why must we all conceal what we think.